in the day, the way the Mexicans get treated out there is how we used to get treated out here. We did get that until when the so I'm guessing what happened was maybe in the 70s. I'm gonna put it is the best way to give it the parallel, give it the parallel examples of when we went through it and when y'all went through it. I guess maybe when y'all were beefing with the Mexicans back then, I guess some of the Mexicans would get deported. We didn't get deported. You know what I'm saying? So we would get in our squabble or whatever, and then we'd be locked up together. Get what I'm saying?
What's your idea of the way Mexicans was treated? Because I don't understand what
I'm gonna
you
be
mean by
honest. In the 70s and the 80s,
Mexicans and
I
blacks
don't.
was together.
Yeah, they didn't really. We didn't get
And
into
for
it
us,
like that.
we always looking like y'all were always separated because it seems like
Nah,
it's so hard for y'all
nah,
to come together.
nah.
Nah.
And it's still
Because
to
that's
this
how all
day.
West Coast niggas.
It's
The
a
minute
lot
y'all
of.
do this, y'all gonna be unstoppable, bro.
From what
Y'all
Listen,
gonna
my
be
listen.
unstoppable.
Go
my
ahead. Go ahead, though.
understanding is that like in LA, you have more black and Latino gangs that are cool with each other than, for instance, like maybe in Compton. You feel me? Where I believe like it may be a little bit but even in Compton, you got certain Latino gangs and black gangs that damn near share the same neighborhoods.
We got to talk about Compton right now. I don't know if y'all seen my video yesterday that
Let's
I
talk about
made
it.
about the tortilla flats crossing
Oh,
out the
they
mural
crossed out Martin Luther
of
King.
Martin Luther King mural, and that's an egregious violation. That's disrespect. That's a super duper disrespect when you talk about somebody that's synonymous with the word peace, somebody that aligned itself from a strategy standpoint with Julio Cesar Chavez,
I was
who
just about to
fought
say that.
for the rights of Mexicans, derechos.
Bro,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the programming. To be real, to be 100 with you, yo, that's the programming. Because with me growing up, I tell people all the time, I ain't never heard a black man say something bad about me. It's always the system, the motherfuckers that's running the system. Because they treat this nigga the same way. They look at us the same way.
Now look at this.
Like, I don't get it.
I don't doubt it was maybe some gang members or something that did it, but we have to keep in mind that somebody got to keep this going because you know what peace
You about
means,
to get,
right?
you really want to get
Peace
into that right
means
there?
yeah, man, peace means that the crash units and all the gang units, those go out of business. The I was watching a dude and he was talking about prison and or I was on the phone with a homie
Job
in
security.
prison, and the riots, the reason that they kind of like let some of that stuff go down is because they get double time, they get overtime. You know what I mean? In these things, so it's always to me, we can't just take this stuff at face value sometimes. And like in the 80s, we know this for a fact that the government were doing some of the drive-bys, perpetrating and posing as gangsters. So we don't even know for real if some of these beefs and unalivings that happen to cause these beefs is even from your quote unquote ops. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody, if in the pitch black, can yet throw out a red rag, a blue rag out the window and say, "Oh, nigga,
Yeah,
this whoop de whoop," and you know what I'm saying,
I
let
agree.
off. Yeah,
And you don't know. The first thing you thinking is the last person you did something to. And then niggas from Chicago was talking about how that they would find duffel bags of guns in the parks in the middle, brand new weapons, like lines of duffel bags in the park. And then somebody from Detroit said they were going through the same. So now I'm like, because over here I'm like, yo, how niggas going to war like that? How you getting all these bangers? Because over here you got a bait. Over here you getting drugs, you get money, and then you got to go somewhere else to buy your bangers. But
well,
over
look,
there, y'all ain't selling drugs, but everybody got guns. So
we
what the
know
fuck they
this
doing? Handing them
for
out?
Hey,
we know this for a
let
fact.
me get y'all.
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
Can I give y'all some pushback on that? I
Yeah.
understand that angle, right? But
Uh-huh.
let me present it to you like this. When you go down to a car lot, right? You give them your name and they run your credit and they tell you what type of car you're gonna get. When we think about the individuals in the organization that we're talking about right now, they in respect of what we're talking about, this type of stuff, they got an 800 credit score. You feel me?
Right.
It's not like these people are somebody who this would be something that they not capable of, or just wasn't in the eye of the storm of not more than 2 months ago with the Kendrick Lamar mural being defaced. This is a gang who has a tremendous amount of credit in the area of doing heinous things to people who are outside of even gangs, gang banging, just regular black individuals. So when I take that into consideration and I take the current climate of what's going on out here in respect to Kendrick Lamar, Compton, Mexicans being put on records, Mexicans being omitted from records or feeling they've been omitted, I take all of that into consideration when I think about the police being involved, or do I believe that it's actually the tortilla flats and I give them the credit for it?
Look, let me say this, and I wish all my brown, my black, my people of color looked at things like this. I'm petty. I like to do things out of spite. They don't want us together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want us together. So again, they gonna push this narrative.
Who is they? That proverbial they. We need to determine who
I
that
said
person.
This. Well, we know who it was. Okay, let's go back.
I can answer that. I can get right to the point. I can say exactly what you don't want to hear. I know the answer to your question.
Like it's
so now check it. This is how you say this. So the system that be doesn't want us to come together, because the minute we stop fighting each other, we will, in the system's eyes, they feel once we stop fighting each other, once I'm not your target and you're not my target, they become the target. The system becomes the target.
Yeah.
So that's what the system is afraid of, us bucking the system. Because once they feel like, okay, if they know this, they know that, what's gonna stop this? Because that's what you got to think about. What's the result gonna happen? What happens if we do come together? That means the job security's down. It means it affects the economy certain ways. It affects it certain ways. How do you say? Everyone who says the system is broken, the system is meant for you.
Yeah.
Remember, the person who created Monopoly doesn't play Monopoly. Remember that.
Got you. Check this out, Rich. I got one question.
Brother, let me say this.
Let me answer this question, Rich.
Go ahead.
And then you can go.
Go ahead.
Is it a known fact that the government was involved in putting firearms and weapons, and as well as cocaine, in our neighborhoods in the 70s and 80s? It's got a name to it, right? So if that's a yes or no, if it's a yes, I just want to say
that's a known fact.
That's a known fact. So I said this the other day on my live. They planted the seed. When I say they don't have to work no more. You know what I'm saying? The powers that be, we doing all the work for them. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's already ingrained in our head to hate the next black man or to hate the next Latino. It's already ingrained because now you got decades of it. See, they had to push it in our face at first, like literally drop the dope and the guns right in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Now they know we gonna go find where the dope is at. They know where we go find how to get some straps. You know, it's already ingrained in us. So I feel like when I say they, I don't really think they are doing the work. We're doing the work now. You know what I'm saying? We doing the work of the oppressors ourselves.
I definitely think that we got to stop getting to the point where we always saying they, them, system. Those things are out there, and we can't change that. We're not in a system that we created. We're in a system that we trying to work within. We understand that. But the thing is, we got to take some culpability in the situation. If a motherfucker is running a game on you, you know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, Dopest. But if somebody's running a game on you, and you know they're running the game, and you keep letting them run the game on you, you the fool. You feel me?
Yeah.
You the fool. You
Yeah.
already know the game he running on you. So why you
Mhm.
gonna let him run the game? You gonna keep playing the game and say, man, you know he running that game on me, man. You the sucker. Don't be a lame.
Yo, what's the definition of insanity, my guy?
Same,
Doing the
doing the
same
same
thing
thing
over
over
and
to get the
over,
same
bro.
result. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you keep putting up with the same dumb shit, like yo, I'm looking for something different. The only way you're gonna get something different is by being different.
Yeah.
Not just doing different, not just thinking different, but you gotta be different. What the universe gonna do, you gotta treat the universe like it's a person. Oh, you wanna change, my nigga? Show me. It's gonna put you in the same situation. Show me that you're different. That means you're gonna response is gonna be different. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? That means your response gotta be different so that you're going to get a different result. It doesn't matter how many times that situation comes in front of you. Don't think to yourself, last year I would have smacked the shit up this year. This year I'm not going to do that. Next year
Right.
I'm going to make sure I'm in a situation where a motherfucker can't even yell at me. Get
Yeah.
what and what you said, accountability. First step is accountable. As men, we got to take account. This is what I did to put myself in this position, and this is what happened. So if I don't do this, maybe that won't happen. Fuck, like what you said. Fuck the system. We can't do nothing about that. We can do something about what we can do, what we think, where we take ourselves. Go ahead, my bad, Rich.